The licensing process remains deterred because of unnecessary and costly delays. The second issue raised was that there is a high cost of doing business.
Key concerns raised at this workshop included the absence of emergency and rescue plans for artisanal and small-scale miners, raising questions about Uganda's capacity to enforce occupational health and safety measures, and a lack of political and financial sector will to availing financial avenues.
The same requirements that we are putting on the large-scale mining companies in line with safety of their employees and safety of their workers are the same obligations we are putting on the artisanal miners. Why should the artisanal miner be allowed to be careless when he's mining? He needs special regulations because he's careless.
A miner pays tax that very moment. But our government gets no revenue from gold and they are very comfortable. We, where gold is coming from, we get no royalties and we are very comfortable. It's only a small-scale miner who needs a license, who is trying to call on government to say, please let us organize so that, we can also survive.
Fiona Nyamutoro, Minister of State for Energy and Mineral Development, advocated for a tailored Ugandan cadastre system to streamline the licensing process, which currently faces significant delays and accessibility issues.
It is very true, and I admit that the licensing system is very stagnant in terms of movement. And we have been sharing different discussions, I've been making lots of consultations, and I want to interest the President in this as well.
She also emphasized that government's silence on various issues and the withholding of information by private sector hinder the banking sector's willingness to engage with artisanal miners.
Now the miners withhold information and government is also silent on information. And this is one of the sectors that has been earmarked to foster development in Uganda. Then what are we doing? It simply means each of us has a role to play at our end.
The workshop underscored the need for dedicated financing mechanisms for artisanal and small-scale miners, particularly for marginalized groups such as women and youth. Currently, there are no specific programs to support these miners, despite their critical role in the economy.
If someone invests $10 billion, needs the same requirement like someone who has a hoe, a spade, and a basin, and a ground of mercury, then we are going to enter into a mafia state. The licensing issues will be no more.
As Uganda continues to navigate the complexities of its mining sector, integrating artisanal and small-scale miners into formal policies remains essential for sustainable development and economic growth. TrustAfrica collaborated with Southern Africa Resource Watch to conduct country-level studies to examine the status of the domestication of the African mining vision in the country, specifically to understand its influence on ensuring an enabling environment for artisanal and small-scale miners. Wadulo Mark Arnold for UBC News in Kampala.